So I'm talking about health, and I'm talking to you about your health if you're near 50, over 60, over 70, over 80, and the things you can do if you want to be healthy, if you want to live a long life, if you want your family to be proud of you, if you want to continue to be a contributing member of society. There's some things you can do. And if you do them, you will get healthier. And I've been talking to you about eating right, at least 80% of the time. Stop eating processed foods. Processed foods means it's in a box, right? And stop eating things like Oreos and Doritos and Fritos and Cheetos. There's nothing healthy about that. Okay, so, the Super Bowl's this weekend. Do you have to eat the whole bowl? Do you have to sit there and eat nonstop? You can be polite. You can eat a few chips. But that's not my real point. The point is that I don't think there's anybody who's listening to me that doesn't know the difference between eating protein and eating garbage. Like garbage comes out of a box. That's just the way it is. So the simple truth of your eating is lots of lean meats, some fruits like hard fruits. You can eat all the vegetables you want. And if you want to get healthier, you stay off of potatoes, rice, pasta, and bread. And then after you start getting healthier, 90, 120 days from now, you can modify that. And then you have to fill in your nutritional gaps. In a previous video, I told you I had my blood work done recently. There is nothing but green lights and negatives. Green lights and negatives. What do I mean by that? Green means you're in the healthy range, and negatives mean there are no markers, no disease. Like positive, remember that thing about diseases? If you test positive, it means you have it. So it's nothing but negatives and green lights. I'm not bragging. God gets all the glory for that. But I've been eating right for 25, 30 years. I've been supplementing for 25, 30 years. And now I'm on peptides. Okay, so that's the eating side. The other keys to your overall health and well-being, find a doctor who understands nutrition, by the way, and definitely do your own research. But you got to move your body. You're going to have to move your body. I'm not telling you need to go in there and put 350 pounds over your head. And no. Moving your body is walking. And if you haven't been doing anything, I would start with walking. That's a great place to start. And then you just improve on it. I'm no longer trying to win any fitness or bodybuilding shows or any of that kind of stuff. I don't care about that. I just care about being healthy. And I am healthy. So I lift weights 3 times a week. I'm not throwing big weights up there, but, I'm doing things to make sure my chest, my arms, my legs, those type of things. And you can start with real light weights. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You can get some light weights and move your body. You can just practice sitting up and down in a chair. That'll help you. That's kind of a squat thing. So listen, everything you're thinking you can't do is just an excuse. Well, I don't have time. Then you don't care. Anybody who tells me they don't have time, I give them the answer. Get up an hour earlier. Well, I need my sleep. Go to bed an hour earlier. I got kids. Put them in bed earlier. Sleep's okay for kids too. My whole point is anything you're doing is just an excuse. And the number one excuse is I don't have time. So just get up earlier if you care about your health. Let me tell you when you're going to care about your health. When you're broken down, when your family's coming to visit you in the hospital, when you die earlier than, even the actuaries say you're going to die. Or you're like lit up on medicines to keep you standing, keep you breathing. You live on medicines. How's that for a lifestyle? Sorry if a lot of you ended up that way, but, I probably would have gone that way if I hadn't been introduced to better health habits 25, 30 years ago. So walk. Stop making excuses. Think about others. Make your health your purpose. again, these videos are going to be about things you can do once you reach 50, 60, 70, 80 to like have the best life. The best life. Why have the worst life on the second half? Have the best life. So I'm going to be talking to you about your health. I'm going to like pound it in your brain. Maybe you'll do something about it. I'm going to pound how to fix your relationships into your brain. What if you're estranged from your children? Why don't we do something about that now? You know, let's do something about that. Let's like fix that. We'll talk about relationships, and we're going to talk about your finances and really setting yourself up to win in your golden ages, not to like eat dog food out of a can and try to live on Social Security that they give more to illegal people than what you actually. By the way, Social Security is your money. It's just some kind of rigged thing they did to make sure you have some money at the end of your life, which means if you don't live very long, where does your money go? Good question. But we'll talk about things you can do, like infinite banking. You have any questions about infinite banking? I've helped a lot of people literally change their financial trajectory with their finances, with their health, and with their relationships. None of that stuff I'm a guru. You know what I am? I'm an expert on screwing up, failing, and learning from it. And if there's a book on it, I've read it. If there's people who are successful in their health, I've surrounded myself by them. If there's people who are successful in their relationships, I've surrounded myself. If there's people who have rebuilt their families and people who have like really gotten their finances together, that's the kind of people I love being around. So I want to help you. I want to help you have the best second half of your life you can have. God bless. Have a great day.